Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to WSSD's Fix It series. In this episode, we're going to learn the basics of how to sharpen a kitchen knife.
Ready to tackle your own repairs? WSSD's Fix It series will show you how.
So I've got a few knives here. Let's just start with this little paring knife. If I was totally short on funds and I needed to go the super budget route, I would grab a piece of sandpaper and I'd find a surface that is very flat, and I'd use this sandpaper as my sharpening surface, and all I'm going to do is slice at a low angle. So if we look at a knife, and we can look fairly closely, that the very edge of this knife should have a slight bevel on it, and we're going to follow that bevel as we slide our knife over the sandpaper. So I'm just going to slide this way, and as I'm going around the curve of the knife. And I'm going to do this on the other side. And the quickest way for me to test a knife is drag my thumb perpendicular to the blade. Never slide it along, but perpendicular, or run it across the surface of my thumb, and if it catches, it's getting sharper. Now this thing was terrible when I started, and it doesn't take a lot of sanding to get it somewhat sharpened. Now we can set the sandpaper and flat surface aside and switch to using a stone of some sort. A lot of times people might have this type of stone. It's called a whetstone, and with these types of stones, they require oil as a lubricant and to flush the metal shavings away. And so what I like to do when I'm using a knife on a stone, rather than slicing, I like to go in a circular pattern, because I've got two hands now. Over here I only had one. Now I have two hands where I can go in a circular pattern on this coarser stone, and once again though, I'm rolling my hand up around that curve, and I can do the same on this side, trying to keep a consistent angle on that knife. That's the hardest part of this whole process, is keeping a consistent angle. If I'm kind of constantly going up and down, I'm not going to sharpen my knife at all. I could also use a diamond stone in the exact same manner. I would dribble some water on here, keeping that same angle all the time. Or I can buy some tools and equipment that make life a bit easier, and I have a surface that I don't necessarily care about because it could be a cutting board. In this case, it's a couple old pieces of 2x4. And on this tool, there are two grits, coarse and fine. And all I do is hold my knife straight up and down. This automatically gives me the angles that I was holding the knife at on the other tools, and I pull that straight toward me. And then I can move to the finer section and get a knife fairly sharp. If I really wanted to get it smoother and smoother, I would keep going on this finer side, or I could work on some honing stones or ceramics and finish it off with these. And there I have a fairly sharp knife. And so that's how you sharpen a knife. Thanks for watching. Check out our other videos for more fixes you can try at home.
If you can't fix it yourself, join us at the next Fix It clinic. Learn more and sign up online.